Hello and welcome back to my channel. I'm so happy you're here with me today because we're going to talk about something that truly warms the heart. In a world full of fleeting headlines and passing trends, there are moments that remind us of the lasting beauty of genuine connection, and today's story is exactly that. We're going to dive into the friendship, no, the bond between two of Turkey's most admired and beloved stars, Elçin and Barış. If you're a fan of Turkish television, you've likely seen them together on screen. Their chemistry is electric, their performance is unforgettable. But what many people might not realize is that their connection extends far beyond the spotlight. What they have built is not just professional, it's personal, meaningful, and beautifully human. But before we get into the story, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe if you enjoy content like this. It really helps me bring more videos your way. And if you'd like to support this channel even more, there's a join button right below. Your support means the world. Now, let's get into today's video. A bond that grew beyond the screen. When Elçin and Barış first appeared together in a television drama, fans were instantly hooked. Their on-screen dynamic was so believable, so authentic, that people began to wonder if there was something more between them. What made it even more special is that they never tried to force it simply was. Over the years, they've continued to work together and support each other, even as their individual careers took them in different directions. And recently, they did something that fans didn't expect. They celebrated their friendship anniversary. Yes, you heard that right. In an industry that can often feel cold and competitive, they took the time to recognize and honor their friendship, and that says everything about who they are as people. A quiet celebration, a loud message. According to sources close to the pair, Elçin and Barış planned a small, private celebration. It wasn't about paparazzi or press coverage. There was no red carpet, no official statements. It was intimate, filled with laughter, conversation, and people who know them not as stars, but as real human beings. They invited a small circle of close friends, people who had witnessed their journey, who had seen their highs and their lows, and who had stood by them throughout it all. The evening was about memories, the kind you can't fake. It was about how they've grown together, how they've challenged and inspired each other, and how they've remained grounded despite the fame and the constant public attention. What makes this friendship so special? Let's be honest, the entertainment industry isn't always the friendliest place. Fame can isolate you, success can breed jealousy, but through it all, Elçin and Barış have chosen loyalty over ego and honesty over convenience. Those who know them personally describe their friendship as something rare, not performative, not strategic, just real. In past interviews, both have spoken about how much they trust one another, how they can speak openly, even critically, and still know that the other person has their back. That kind of dynamic doesn't happen overnight. It takes years of shared experiences, mutual respect, and emotional maturity. It is clear that they've built something that many people even outside of show business can relate to, and maybe even envy a little. Reflections from the evening. Sources say that during the celebration, Elçin and Barış both gave little thank you toasts. Nothing formal, but sincere. They spoke about how much they value each other's presence in their lives, not as co-stars, not as celebrities, but simply as friends. They look back on the projects that brought them together, the auditions they laughed through, the scenes they cried in, and the countless hours on set that became the foundation for something deeper. And while they didn't post much publicly, just a few subtle hints on their stories, fans quickly picked up on what was happening. The comments started flooding in. Are they together again? Is this a romantic celebration? What's the story here? But those closest to them insist, it's not about romance. It's about respect, about time, about history. And maybe that's the most beautiful kind of connection there is. What the fans are saying as expected, social media lit up when word of the celebration began to spread. Fans who have followed them for years were thrilled to see that their favorite duo still shares a bond. Many shared old photos, behind-the-scenes videos, and heartfelt messages about how Elçin and Barış had helped them through tough times simply by being a reminder of kindness, chemistry, and consistency. Hashtags like #Elçin and Barış, #friendship goals, and #years of bonding started trending. It was a reminder that sometimes The relationships that leave the biggest impression on us aren't romantic. They're the ones that stand the test of time, the friendships that survive success, change, and distance. Looking forward, what's next for Elçin and Bar? Well, nothing official has been announced yet, but there are whispers in the industry that a new joint project might be on the horizon. Fans are hopeful, and let's be honest, so am I. But whether or not they act together again anytime soon, their friendship has already proven to be something solid, something worth celebrating. In a world that often focuses on drama, division, and fleeting fame, it is refreshing to see a story rooted in something as simple and as powerful as genuine friendship. Final thoughts: so many celebrity relationships come and go. Headlines rise and disappear. But Elçin and Bar have reminded us that some connections don't fade, they evolve. They've shown us that it's possible to rise together, to grow individually, and still choose each other, not as partners in romance, but as partners in life's journey. To me, that's a kind of love all its own. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed this story and want to hear more content like this, the real, the heartfelt, the meaningful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Until next time, stay kind, stay close to the people who matter, and celebrate the friendships that make life beautiful.